I'm founder of Kindtail. We have an e-commerce site called kindtail.com where we sell collapsible pet crates and pet accessories. So before Clickvoyant, we were analyzing our Google Analytics data. And I mean, to be quite honest, I don't have the bandwidth and the proficiency to read through everything. And so for us, it was like light analytics done to look at what was working, what wasn't working. And so working with Clickvoyant, it really helps us to get like deeper data because we had the basic data set, but no one was analyzing it for us, like what it meant spending money here or spending money there, how much budget we should allocate in another channel. And so we didn't truly understand the opportunities that were present. And with Clickvoyant, they were able to put that data together for us in a presentation format. And that allowed us to look through, okay, what are our priorities? And we need to work on that. And then, address it immediately as opposed to having it just sit there and not know what to do with it. Before Clickvoyant, we had an agency that reviewed our analytics, but it wasn't in depth. So they just primarily look at ROAS. Hey, this is not working here. This is not working there. Let's move the budget around. But we didn't fully understand why it didn't have the expectation that we were having or the results. But with Clickvoyant, they're able to say, it's not converting on this area because, something is off. So you need to edit this, A/B test this, and then see if it works, how much lift that could have. And so working with Clickvoyant, they're able to put that data in like a smaller bites so that we could actually take that data and implement it right away instead of just giving us an overall picture. Hey, we're down like 20% this month. Let's just put up a new ad. So it's fully understanding our digital, like what we have on our website and seeing what works and what doesn't work instead of just looking at ads or, what our spend is on a monthly basis. It's much cheaper than hiring somebody to look at it. I know that in the past when we had just like we've had other data firms reviewing our data, it was really expensive and it was just like a one-time thing and we had to pay that just to get that data at once. But with Clickvoyant, you pay a monthly fee and that data is right there for you all, like it refreshes by itself. So it's not something that you have to pay on, every 6 months or every year to get the data done. It's readily available for you at a much lower cost, and it's more reliable because it is a software. The alternative to Clickvoyant is that we would be paying like a research firm maybe every 6 months to a year, thousands of dollars to review our data. And so this way with Clickvoyant, we have the data, on a monthly basis, and we don't have to do it every 6 to 1 year because sometimes we can't afford to do that. We can use that data readily and implement it on a monthly basis. The data point that comes from Triple Whale is good to look at, but with Clickvoyant, it actually gives you how you got to that data point, why it's not working for you. So it's more analytical data that you could actually look at and implement changes. Whereas Triple Whale, it just says, like it just has all the numbers, but it doesn't tell you what to do next. Whereas Clickvoyant, it actually gives you the steps to how you can improve your website. I recommend Clickvoyant to all businesses. I mean, especially businesses like myself, where we're still growing and we need this data. It's so important for us. However, we can't spend a fortune on gathering this data. So I highly recommend for all business owners that's, their income is primarily e-commerce. Maybe this is just a suggestion. You know how you guys have all this data? What if you added like an additional service that said, hey, you want to implement this? You can pay our guy, because I had to scramble to find someone that could implement it. So I don't know, but maybe that's like out of scope of your work. So before Clickvoyant, what I understood to be as analytics is like just diving into the customer profile and figuring out who they are, where the opportunities are when we're advertising to them. But Clickvoyant is more holistic view, not just the customer base. So like how the website is functioning, who's falling off here. So it's more analytical sense. It captures every step of the way of the customer's journey. Whereas when you just look at analytics, it's just like one big dashboard. And then you have to like sort through that and figure out where those holes are. Because it's like Clickvoyant is trying to handhold you to your business, like take you where you want to be in a process. Like, hey, this is where we see opportunities. This is where you see gaps. We're going to take you through that process and make sure you get there, as opposed to when you're just looking at analytics, like you have to look at the data and then, figure out where the opportunity is.